While Pokemon Pocket normally restricts you to only 3 energy types per deck, I managed to build a deck with all 8 energy types. And then I took it a step further and played a game where I put all 8 energies onto a single Pokemon, actually breaking the game in the process, causing me to submit yet another bug report to Pokemon Pocket. How do I keep doing this? It all started with a friendly game against the Ursidae Pokemon Pocket World Champion Randomways, and I began by putting a Metal Energy onto my Execute. This is the mythical Island Execute, which I realize can use any type of energy to activate its move, Growth Spurt. Growth Spurt automatically generates a Leaf Energy when you use the attack, and so I already have 2 of the 8 energy types I need. I put Onix and Magnemite on the bench. Then I played the supporter card Brock, which gives me a fighting energy onto Onix, even though I don't have any fighting energy in this deck. Then I place a fire energy onto Execute. In just a few turns, I already have 4 of the 8 energy types, and this is 1 more than the 3 energy limit. Nothing can stop me now. I used Dawn to move the fighting energy from Onix to Execute. This is because I'm going to retreat Execute into Onix while playing Mew onto the bench. The enemy Palkia comes out and obliterates Onix. Oh no, my Rook! I mean my Onix. But it's okay. The fighting energy is safe on Execute. I move Mew to the active slot, placing Ralts onto the bench. It was so easy getting the first 4 energy, but we still have some shenanigans to unlock in order to get the remaining 4. I evolve Ralts into Kirlia and then to Gardevoir, which lets me use the Psy Shadow ability to place our first ever Psychic Energy onto Mew. I retreat Mew into Gardevoir to protect it from Dimensional Storm. Okay, now to flip some coins. I place my first Darkness Energy on Manaphy, and by the way, in case you were wondering, Metal, Darkness, and Fire Energy were the 3 energy I chose for this deck. Every single other energy had to be generated by cards and card effects. Now that my Manaphy is on the field, I can play the supporter card Misty. By the way, I only put 1 in this deck, so it was really important that I get heads. Luckily, I get 2 heads and generate my first water energy. That's 7 out of 8 energy, which is pretty good. We just need 1 more. I evolve Magnemite into Magneton to automatically generate an electric energy, and now I have all 8 energy on the field at the same time, all from just 1 deck. Just for fun, I KO Palkia using Mew and Randomways surrenders. But I wasn't satisfied with this. Having every energy on the field at once, just from 1 deck, is pretty cool. But I wanted to put every energy onto 1 single Pokemon. Arceus is gonna be released soon, or so we're all speculating, but I want to create Arceus before Arceus even comes out. So I got Randomways to kindly agree to stay up a few minutes past their bedtime so we could test out my second idea. I'm not even kidding about that, by the way. We were like racing against the bedtime because Randomways had to put their kid to sleep and it was a whole thing. Unfortunately, there was one drawback to my master plan. You see, at the time of this video, it's actually not possible for a single deck to put every type of energy onto 1 Pokemon. The biggest obstacle here is you can only play the Dawn supporter card twice because you can only have 2 in 1 deck. But I did a little bit of mathing and found out that it is totally possible to put every single energy onto 1 Pokemon as long as you're fighting the right opponent. Here's how. I open with Mew and put Ralts on the bench, but this Mew is not my shiny golden, I don't know how a free-to-play player like me got this Mew, so of course I had to retreat it. That Mew doesn't count. I add a Darkness Energy onto my golden Mew, that's my future Arceus, and evolve the Ralts into Kirlia. You might have noticed that this deck has 3 different inherent energy compared to last time. Now we have Water, Darkness, and Metal, instead of Fire, Darkness, and Metal that I used in the previous deck. There's a good reason for this change, which you'll see pretty soon. I evolve Kirlia into Gardevoir and attach a Water Energy to Mew. Psy Shadow activates just like last time, giving Mew a Psychic Energy as well. That's 3 energy onto 1 Pokemon, and 2 of them came with the deck, so nothing too special yet. We still have a bit more work to do to get every single energy onto Mew. I put Onix onto the bench and use genome hacking on my opponent's Execute, allowing Mew to generate itself 1 Leaf Energy. Hahaha, 4 down. My opponent switches to Space-Time Smackdown Magmar, and I once again steal its attack with Genome Hacking to generate a fire energy for my wannabe Arceus. Also, you might have noticed that I just broke the game. Apparently, adding 5 or more energy types to a single Pokemon is too much for the game to handle visually, so it hides every energy type after the 4th with this weird ellipsis thing in a circle. Funnily enough, it looks like a secret energy type. I bet this is Missingno's energy type. If they ever release Missingno, this is what its energy is gonna look like. This is actually not just a feature of the game, but it's also a bug, because nothing I could possibly do would allow me to see which hidden energy I had on Mew, except during things like the retreat screen. Clicking on Mew did not reveal the energy, which was a big problem as my opponent had no way of knowing what energy I had beyond the first 4. Don't worry though, I reported the bug to Pokemon Pocket, and hopefully it's something they can fix. Though I guess it's not that big of a deal, because most people are not as crazy as I am and would never attempt something like this. I retreat into my less shiny Mew, and then use Brock to put the fighting energy on Onix. Now we have some strategic fiddling to do. My opponent evolves Execute into Executor and obliterates my Mew. Oh no, but that's okay. I bring my Missingno forward and use Dawn to move the fighting energy from Onix to Mew. Using the retreat screen, as it's still the only way to view my energy, we can see that I have 7 different energy types on Mew, and I'm just missing 1. I genetically hack Executor for Arceus level damage, and then evolve Magnemite into Magneton, using Dawn to get the final energy. My Arceus Mew complete, I have exactly enough turns left to win the game before the automatic tie at the end of turn 30. Winning the game wasn't necessary, but I thought it was kind of fun that I could just barely make it and get the GG. If you want to try this for yourself, feel free to build your very own copy of my Chaos Rainbow Dex. And if you have any questions about what I used in the video, feel free to ask me in the comments. I'm always happy to share all the stuff I'm doing to help other players try out these crazy shenanigans that I come up with. Subscribe for more crazy Pokemon Pocket content. I'm the Sneaky Dragon, I love Pokemon, and I'll catch you later.